Welcome to God's story. It's about people who lived long ago, thousands of years ago, and it's about people who live today. This story's about you, because we all have a part in God's story. Most of all, God's story is about Jesus. Jesus was there at the beginning, and he's with us right now. Jesus is the one who makes a way for us to be close to God, forever and ever and ever. Stay tuned to hear how Jesus is the Savior of the whole world, and how he can be your Savior too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Making Magnificently Marvelous and Sometimes Messy Masterpieces with Miss Maddie, also known as I'm Miss Maddie, and I'm so happy to be back in the kitchen with you guys. Today's challenge is super simple. We are going to make a cake, one of my favorites. Let's get started. All right, first I'm just gonna add some flour to our cake mixture. There we go. Then I'm gonna add in some water. All right, and then I just need some, oh my gosh, wait, what happened? Hello? The lights just turned off. I can't see anything. Okay, well, I guess I'll just keep making this and hopefully the lights will turn back on. I think the next thing that I needed to do was add some sugar, so let's see if I can find it. Oh, okay, oh, there it is. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Whoa, okay, this is not sugar, this is salt. Gosh, what a horrible thing that would have been. It's a good thing the lights turned back on. I was about to pour way too much salt into this cake mixture. That would have tasted terrible. You guys, I can't actually cook without seeing. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. This is true for cooking, but it's not true about Jesus. Listen to the story to hear more about what I mean.
Well, while Jesus was on earth, he spent a lot of time teaching and performing miracles in front of huge crowds of people. Everyone who heard him knew right away how wise Jesus was, and they could also see that he was very, very special. And one day, Jesus was teaching on a mountainside to another huge crowd, and the reason he stood on the mountainside was so that all the people could see him and also hear him. And Jesus told everyone that they could always trust him, and that he was the person to put their faith in. As he was walking back down the mountain, the huge crowds actually followed him. They just couldn't get enough of Jesus and the amazing things that he was saying. As he continued on his way to the town of Capernaum, the town where he was staying in, a man came up to Jesus, and this guy wasn't just any man. This guy was a centurion. That means he was a soldier, and he wasn't just any soldier. A centurion commanded something called a century, which is a military unit of over 100 soldiers in the ancient Roman army. This powerful, mighty centurion told Jesus that one of his servants was very, very sick and was actually about to die. Now, the centurion loved his servant and thought very highly of him. He didn't want him to be sick, and he for sure didn't want him to die. So when the centurion heard of Jesus and the ways that he was teaching and healing people who were sick, he went right away to find him and ask for his help. When Jesus heard the centurion's request to come and to heal his beloved servant, he offered to go there right away. But the centurion did something very strange. He told Jesus, no. Wait, did he say no? Well, here's why the centurion told Jesus not to come to his house. He said, I'm not worthy to have you under my roof, but I also know that if you just say the word, my servant will be healed. I myself have great authority over people. I tell them to go, and then they go. If I tell them to come, then they come. And if I tell them to do this, they do it. When Jesus heard him saying these things, he was amazed. He turned to the crowd that was following and said, I have never seen such great faith as this, even in all of Israel. Jesus could tell that the centurion really believed in the power of Jesus' words. He knew that all Jesus had to do was say the words for his servant to be healed, and he would be. And guess what? That is exactly what happened. Jesus said the words, and when the centurion went back to his house, the servant was all better. Jesus had healed him. The centurion had great faith in Jesus. He knew that Jesus, who was there when the universe was created, he could do anything. And because of his faith, he saw Jesus save the life of his servant. Jesus can do anything, and we can always have faith in him.
In our story, Jesus told the crowds who were following him that he had never seen such great faith as the centurion had. The centurion needed Jesus so his servant would be healed, and he knew that if Jesus just said the words, his servant would be better. The Bible tells us the centurion hadn't ever seen Jesus do any of these things, but had just heard of Jesus. Even though he hadn't seen him ever before, he still knew that Jesus could heal his servant. The centurion had great faith, running to Jesus when he needed him. And we can have great faith too. We know that Jesus can do amazing and wonderful things, and we know that we can ask him for help when we need it. We can always run to Jesus just like the centurion did.
In my doubt, God give me faith. In my worry, I'll seek your face. Let your perfect love make my path straight. In my life, God, lead the way. I wanna run with you for all my life. Jesus, I'm laying it down, I'm trading it all. I wanna be more like Jesus. Laying it down, I'm trading it all. I wanna be more like Jesus. Laying it down, I'm trading it all. I wanna be more like Jesus. I wanna run with you all my life. I wanna know your truth to my mind. Through the valleys, I lift my eyes. You lead me through your by my side. Yeah, you lead me through your by my side. You lead me through your by my side.
See, you guys, the centurion was able to have faith in Jesus even though he never saw him teach or perform any miracles. He still knew that Jesus was the only person who could help his servant. He had great faith, and we can have great faith too. Even though we can't see Jesus, we can still see him working in our lives through things like the kindness of a stranger, the healing of someone who's sick, and the joy of a little baby, and so many more things. Jesus is always there, and we can always have faith in him. Have a great week.